Welcome back to Cozy English Corner. I am Alex, and today we are tackling a very real, very stressful problem that happens to almost everyone who learns English. Joining me in the studio today is Natalie. Welcome, Natalie. Did you survive the drive over here?
Barely. The Columbus weather is really testing us this week. Yesterday it was warm and sunny, and this morning I had to scrape ice off my windshield.
That is standard Ohio for you. You always need an umbrella, sunglasses, and a winter coat in your car, just in case.
It really is. The gray skies over High Street this morning matching my mood about my upcoming performance review at work.
I am glad you brought that up. You work as an HR manager at a growing tech firm here in the city, right?
Yes, I do. And honestly, Alex, I have a deep fear that keeps me awake at night.
Tell me about it. We do not do surface level discussions here. What is actually keeping you awake?
It is the fear of sounding incompetent in front of senior management. I know my job perfectly, but when they ask me to describe my day in English, I freeze!
You freeze? What happens in your mind when that happens?
I just mix everything up. I say things like, I work a meeting or I do in a company. It sounds terrible. I feel like an impostor.
Imposter syndrome is heavy, especially in a fast-paced environment. You worry that one grammar mistake will make them think you are not smart enough for a promotion.
Exactly. I sit in those meetings, sweating, trying to remember rules from an old grammar book, and then I just stay quiet instead of speaking up.
Listen carefully, Natalie. Throw that grammar book away. You do not have a grammar problem. You have a mental organization problem.
A mental organization problem? That sounds complicated.
It is actually very simple. Native speakers separate their work life into 3 mental boxes. Once you see these 3 boxes, you will never freeze again.
Okay, I am ready. I really need this to make sense. What are the 3 boxes?
Box number 1 is your job. Box number 2 is your daily tasks. And box number 3 is your schedule and responsibilities.
Job, tasks, and schedule. Yes, I usually try to use one verb for all 3. I try to put everything into one box.
That is exactly why you panic. Let's open the first box. The verb for this box is work. Think of the word work as a giant umbrella.
A giant umbrella. Okay, I am picturing an umbrella covering me. What does it protect?
It covers your entire industry, your location, or your company. Tell me about your job simply, Natalie.
I work in human resources.
Perfect. You just gave me the big picture. You can say, I work in HR, I work at a tech company, or I work remotely.
So, I only use work to tell people my general title or where I am.
Exactly. Work answers the question where or what industry. It does not describe what your hands are doing all day long.
That is so helpful. The umbrella does not show the details. It just shows the identity.
Here is a fascinating fact from cognitive science. Our brains use something called embodied cognition. We process abstract concepts differently than physical actions.
Wait, really? So my brain gets confused if I mix up an abstract concept with a physical word?
Yes. When you try to say, I work a report, your brain literally stutters because work is an abstract umbrella, but a report is a physical object you create. The motor cortex gets conflicting signals.
Oh my goodness, that explains so much. It is not just me being foolish, it is actually how the brain naturally works. I feel less guilty now.
You should never feel guilty. Let's move to box number 2 to fix that motor cortex issue. Box number 2 is the do box.
The do box. I am looking at my hands right now. What do my hands touch?
Exactly. Think of the word do as sweat on your forehead. It is the physical action. The keyboard typing, the phone calls. What is your daily action?
Well, I do employee onboarding. I do payroll calculations. I do background checks.
Look at you. You automatically switched to the right verb. Do equals tasks and physical activities.
It feels so much clearer. Box 1 is the umbrella. Box 2 is my hands on the keyboard. Work is the profession. Do is the daily grind.
You nailed it. Now we have a problem. Modern office life is not just writing reports. What is the most stressful part of your day?
Oh, that is easy to answer. It is the endless meetings, the sudden deadlines, and the pressure of managing difficult people.
Right. And you cannot say, I do a meeting, because you are not physically creating it with your hands. And you cannot say, I work a deadline.
That sounds incredibly awkward. So, the umbrella and the hands do not cover everything. We need the third box.
We need box number 3. This is the box that causes the most pain for professionals. The calendar and the mental burden. The magic verb is have.
The have box. But have sounds like I own a car or a house. I do not want to own a stressful meeting.
I know nobody wants these meetings. But think about your digital calendar. Do those events belong to your schedule?
Yes, unfortunately, they are locked into my calendar. They completely belong to my day.
Exactly. You possess that responsibility for the day. So you have meetings, you have deadlines, you have a lot of work.
This makes so much sense. I possess the responsibility. It is an invisible mental load. I have 3 interviews tomorrow.
Beautiful usage. Tell me about your team. What is the big focus for your department this month?
We have a major restructuring project. We have to organize severance packages.
Notice how natural that sounds? You do not do a major project in 1 second. It takes months. You possess it as an ongoing responsibility. You have it.
Wow. By separating the visual images, the umbrella, the typing hands, and the digital calendar, my brain is not panicking at all. It is quiet.
That quietness is fluency. Fluency is not about knowing big words. It is the absence of panic in your mind.
That is a beautiful way to say it. Fluency is the absence of panic.
Let's put that to the test. Welcome to the Mistake Lab, Natalie. I am going to say terrible English sentences, and you must fix them instantly.
Oh boy, here we go. Put the pressure on me.
First broken sentence. I work a budget.
No, that is wrong. A budget is a task. I do the budget.
Perfect. Next one. I do in a hospital.
Wrong again. A hospital is a location, the giant umbrella. You say, I work in a hospital.
Excellent. Last one. Be very careful here. I do a presentation tomorrow.
Oh, wait. Tomorrow means it is on the schedule. It is an event. I have a presentation tomorrow.
Ding, ding, ding. You completely passed. You recognize the difference between the physical action of creating slides and the scheduled event itself.
Yes, because I create the slides with my hands. I do the slides. But the event belongs to my calendar. I have the presentation. This is incredible.
Now you are ready for the ultimate scenario. Let's do a role play. We are at a crowded coffee shop in downtown Columbus.
Okay, I smell the espresso and I hear the rain outside.
I am a director from a partner company. I walk up to you and say, "Hi, I am Alex. I don't think we have met. What do you do?"
Hi, Alex. Nice to meet you. I work in human resources for the tech firm across the street.
Oh, HR. That sounds intense. What does your average day look like?
It is quite busy. I do employee conflict resolution and handle payroll.
I can imagine. Do you get any free time? Or are you just booked solid?
Barely any free time. I have back-to-back meetings, and I have a strict hiring deadline this Friday.
And scene. That was flawless, Natalie. You used all 3 boxes perfectly in less than a minute.
I really did. I didn't translate anything from my native language. I just saw the pictures in my mind. The umbrella, my hands, my schedule.
That is the secret to high-level workplace English. When your mental framework is clear, the words naturally follow. The panic completely disappears.
I feel like a huge weight has been lifted. I am actually looking forward to my performance review tomorrow. I know exactly how to describe my value to the company now.
You are going to walk into that room and dominate it. Let's summarize the rules one more time for our listeners.
I would love to. Box 1. Work. This is your umbrella. It is your industry or location.
Box 2. Do. This is your daily action, the sweat on your forehead, the typing on your keyboard.
And box 3. Have. This is your calendar, your meetings, your invisible mental responsibilities.
Brilliant. Now, to everyone listening to Cozy English Corner right now, we have a challenge for you.
Yes, it is time for homework. Go to the comment section and describe your job to us.
We want 3 sentences. I work, I do, and I have. Show us that you understand the 3 boxes.
I will personally read them and reply to the ones that use the boxes perfectly.
Whether you are a nurse, a software engineer, or managing HR in Columbus, Ohio, like Natalie, your English matters. It shows your true professional value.
Thank you so much, Alex. This conversation completely changed my mindset.
You are very welcome, Natalie. Good luck with the performance review tomorrow. You will be absolutely fine.
I know I will. Goodbye, everyone. Stay cozy and keep practicing.
Take care, guys. See you in the next episode.